This is Majid Shakil, Unit 5, Injury in Sport, Task 4, Rules, Regulation and Legislation. So for P5 criteria, Majid, you need to describe 4 rules, regulations and legislation relating to health, safety, injury in sports participation. So, could you talk to me about your first legislation?
Health and Safety at Work Act 1994.
Right, so what does that act entail?
It means it's health and safety for all staff working, so everyone needs to follow the rules, look after each other, and make sure they look after themselves.
Good. So can you think of any examples which relate to sport? So you said by protecting, so part of the act said is to protect yourself. So for example, if you're playing football, is there anything you'd wear maybe to protect yourself? What part of the law?
So you would need to wear shin pads in football to keep yourself safe, protect yourself.
And is there any governing body what states you must?
That's health and safety law.
Right, fine. So your second legislation?
Is Control of Substances Hazardous to Health, COSH 2002.
So tell me about the act.
It means that any hazardous substances need to be put away and kept safe so that nobody hurts themselves, that has any injuries, because they could damage people's health. So they need to be put away in a locked cupboard.
That's good. Right, so can you think of a specific example to sport? Maybe a swimming pool.
So they put chemicals to keep the water clean in the swimming baths.
So how does that link to COSH?
So they'd need to be kept in a locked cupboard with any chemicals to protect people.
Right, and third one?
Health and Safety First Aid Regulations 1981. So an employer would need to make sure that all staff were safe and that there was a first aider who was trained, who'd been to college, so in any environment where there were a lot of people, they would be trained and would know if they had to ring an ambulance to treat the person.
Right, so is there anything that act says about having the right equipment?
Yeah, you need to have the first aid box. It's a green box.
So how might that link to sport?
So if you were playing football and there was an accident, 2 people collided, and they might be concussed, the first aider would need to come and look after them.
So what would the first aider need appropriate?
Bandages and the first aid box.
Right, yeah, that's good.
Things.
Any final legislation?
The Children Act 2004. So if children sort of after school clubs, they want to join a sports club, all staff need to be checked and have a CRB check done on them. Also they need to be qualified and fully trained to look after young children and health and safety.
What would happen if a sports coach didn't have a CRB check?
Because they could rape or hurt a child.
So what if they didn't have one? Would they be allowed to take part in sessions or lead sessions?
No, not allowed. No, it wouldn't be allowed.
Right, well done.